I'm someone who likes to play Nintendo games on Nintendo consoles, considering that's the only way to do it. Oh, I'm sorry, allow me to correct myself. That's the only way to play Nintendo games legally. However, I'm a bit of a bad boy. Hey, who's laughing over there? I also like to play bootleg games for some ungodly reason. And today, we get to experience both of these things as we check out bootleg Nintendo games on Atari consoles. Yay? Yeah, Atari, that console that came out in 1977 and had games with the graphical capability of this. Now hey, I'm not knocking it, it was really revolutionary for the time, but why would you take a Nintendo game that was cutting edge in the 80s and put it on something that would make it look like this? I guess for the same reason people eat hot Cheetos in milk. Sick curiosity. Let's start off with a classic, the original Super Mario Bros., or as it's renamed here, Princess Rescue. Oh, Jeebus, I'm already sick. It's glorious! So yeah, this game is a one-to-one recreation of Super Mario Bros. On the NES. You jump on Goombas, break blocks, and platform. You know what Mario is all about. Every stage from the original game makes an appearance, and it's super charming to see them all demade into Atari's limited graphics. It's so weird seeing these stages, especially if you're someone who's played Super Mario Bros. Religiously, because even though there's not much here visually, you know which stage is which by simple color cues. The first stage is primarily brown and green, to represent the outside brown bricks and green pipe color scheme that enters your head when you think of World 1-1. The second stage is all dark blue, to represent the caves and blue bricks of stage 1-2, etc, etc. It's a very faithful recreation. The controls are also fairly solid. It's an Atari game, so there's only one button. The platforms are very big and forgiving, so your jump never has to be accurate or anything. Oh, and the music! It ranges anywhere from charming to just outright torturous and ear-grating. Oh, what have I done to deserve this? Oh yeah, there's also boss battles with Bowser. The fights are similar to Super Mario Bros. 3. Instead of grabbing an axe to drop him into lava, he'll charge at you while spinning his shell, and you gotta jump on him. Sometimes 3 times, other times a lot. So we defeat Bowser, save the princess, and get the ultimate heart. Then the game cuts to black immediately. Great game. Now we have, I'll let you take a guess. Kirby! That's right. Level 1.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
So in this game, we take control of naked Kirby, hey now, leave something to the imagination, and we have to reach the end of the map without touching these green gooply glops. Not exactly a Kirby concept, but it was very rare for an Atari game to take place on more than one screen. Just look at Pong, Space Invaders, Pac-Man, all one screen, no scrolling. It was fairly challenging. The one button works well. How's the music? It's terribly amazing. Eventually you could cheat this game like you could in the original and just float your way through the entire stage. Well, at least they nailed that part. Listen, I don't know who put these floating saws here, but I'd like to speak to their manager. Bird friend, join me, and together we can rule this pathetic planet. I'm gonna do it, man. Don't think I won't. I will! Kirby, ladies and gentlemen. Now we've got The Legend of Zelda. This is probably gonna be a train wreck. Gee whiz, I'm excited. So this is Link, holding what I pray to God is his sword. And oh, I died. from nothing. So unlike Mario and Kirby, this game is actually super difficult. Enemies phase in and out of existence, so it makes it really hard to try and attack them, or angle yourself properly so you can even have a chance to fight back. Now this game is very Zelda-esque, which, you know, duh, right? But what I mean by that is you gotta go here, get this item, go there, use the item, go back to get this item, yada yada. But since everything looks exactly the same, I tend to get lost pretty frequently. Luckily though, there's no terrible music to distract you. You know, if I were a kid in 1977, I'm sure this would feel like a huge deal. Like, wow, I'm on this amazing quest as this brave warrior. Any game that expanded more than one screen, I'm sure, felt like a big deal. But for a pampered millennial like myself, it's not enough! I lack the skill to play this. What lies beyond this stage? I'll never know. Huh? Wait a minute. That music. The scenery. Could it really be? My god. Mega Man 2 on the Atari 5200. A very ambitious, or unambitious project. This game was released on the 5200 because Mega Man requires more than one button to play. And the 5200's controller has 19 buttons! Okay, well Mega Man's not that complex. There's not really much to say on this one. It's just Mega Man 2. Although, I'm struggling pretty hardcore since I'm playing Mega Man with this. I suck at the game using a normal controller. This is like playing the game on super impossible mode. There's also lots of flashy lights, so seizure warning, I guess. Castlevania, a game about exploring Dracula's castle and slaying monsters of the night, is now this. Exploring this one room and avoiding monsters at all cost. Fun. This is Simon Belmont. I know, it took me a while to figure it out too. His goal used to be to slay Dracula, but now, all he's concerned with is picking up red blocks and hightailing it to the exit. That's the goal, to use your whip as a bridge and make it to the end. You can attack the monsters, but they never truly stay down. This game has more of a genuine feel of what an Atari port usually is, because it's less fun than the original and the music makes me want to drink holy water. 'Cause I'm a vampire, you see. Okay, now I get that Sonic isn't a Nintendo game, so to speak, but when in my entire life will I get another chance to talk about Zippy the Porcupine? Man, these people are dodging lawsuits like Neo on a rooftop. So this is Zippy. It reminds me a lot of another game that I can't seem to remember, Sonic. Just like Mario, it controls fairly solid since the one button functions properly. He even has the spin dash, which is pretty incredible. These giant crabs though scare me and are the stuff of nightmares. I'ma get you. The music again is a mixed bag. The first stage's song is nice and catchy. But then it becomes... Why? It's almost like the programmer said, okay, we'll make the first level song really nice so the people stick around. And after that, it's not our problem. Then someone asked, why not make all the levels' music sound good? NANI? Where he was then thrown out of a building for having such a ridiculous request. And... that's all I could really find. There are lots of other Atari fan games based off of Nintendo properties, but I feel like I'd be repeating myself since they're all pretty much the same. Releasing games on the Atari really was living in the wild, wild west. Literally anything went. There were horror games like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, in which you'd slice up little kids. And then there were the more adult-focused games. I chose some, but I don't want to get demonetized. Just take my word on it that it was... hot? You know what really is hot, though? Kirby in any shape or form, even Nightmare Atari Edition.